this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today's message is do not allow anybody to discourage you. I'm going to say that one more time. Do not allow anybody to discourage you. There are several methods and steps that you can take for self-encouragement, groups you can be in so they can encourage you, apps you can download so the app can encourage you. There's a lot out there. And in the description box, I'm going to put some of those apps there so that you will have them to refer to. And I'm also going to give you a few strategies to help you get on your A game and stay on your A game, even if you're new in the game, okay? Because I need y'all to be sharp. So, number one, people will try to discourage you when you don't have a lot of time in the game. I was speaking with one of my closest friends the other day, and she said, well, if I had someone who was trying to consult me about the music industry and they weren't in the business for a long time, I wouldn't want to trust them. And I said, well, if you're starting from square one and you know nothing, and that person knows something, I can understand you shopping around to find a consultant that you feel like is more experienced than that individual. But why would you not want to work with them just because they haven't been in the game for a long time? It's just like if people don't want to work with you as an artist because you don't have any experience. Well, this agency might work with experienced artists only, but there's another one who wants people who are new in the game so that they're able to mold them and shape them. There's some bartending agencies like that, just throwing different professions out there now, but there's some bartending places that are like, you don't have to have any bartending experience because we want to show you how to make drinks our way. So you just need to be up at that age requirement. You have to be 18 to serve alcohol, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think you have to be 21 to actually be a bartender. Whatever. Anywho, don't allow the time in the game to discourage you. You should be measured by your work ethic. People should be measured by their drive, their consistency. Are they constantly putting content out here? Are they constantly on every set trying to be known and networking events? And you're seeing them on different people's pages and different pictures, and you're seeing them do photo shoots and things like that. Is this person consistent? Because there are people who have been in a certain industry for a long time and they're still not consistent. The time in the game, that does not matter. So you can offset time by educating yourself. You have to know what you're doing, period. It's one thing to start off and stumble a little bit because you don't have all of the knowledge in the world, and you shouldn't. You just started. But you have to be able to be teachable, and you have to know when to seek knowledge and where to seek that knowledge out, right? So if you don't know where to seek a certain type of knowledge, go talk to a mentor. Speak with somebody who knows already so that you can educate yourself. And there are several forms of education. I talk about podcasts. I talk about online articles. I talk about YouTube videos. I talk about books. There's more than one way. People have seminars, there are webinars, there are classes on Eventbrite that you can take to be better in your craft. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, there's a group or a seminar or a program out there designed specifically to help you grow in that craft. So I mentioned getting a mentor. Definitely get a mentor in whatever field you're in. I have a few people that I look up to in my respective industries, and although we're not doing exactly the same thing, some of what they're doing is what I want to do. And I think a lot of people get confused with this concept because they're like, oh, well, yeah, I want to do consulting, but they do business consulting and I want to do personal life coaching. Okay, well, they're a consultant. So there are certain skills that are transferable, and you have to look for those transferable skills so that you won't limit yourself to a certain type of individual. Okay? So definitely get a mentor. That's how you can offer yourself an upper hand and offset that time factor, or you don't have a lot of time in the game. Well, this is my experience from what I have done. That makes you look good on paper. And because of my experiences, if I apply for a job, I'm able to negotiate my salary because I have done so much. Even my own personal projects, I've done a lot. And so that's what portfolios are for. So definitely get a mentor. Have a portfolio. Don't even have that on my list, but that's a good one. Have a portfolio. Show people what you've done already. Have your flyer. Have your sign-in sheet if it doesn't have any identifiable information on it, so that you can see how many people were there. Have your program to the event. Talk about what the event was about, what the turnout was, because they can't always see that by just looking at the flyer. Have a brief description. So I would include a picture of the flyer, a brief description of what the event was about, what the turnout was. I enjoy doing customer feedback surveys, so I use SurveyMonkey for that. Print out the results of that survey on the graphs form. And that's a wonderful way to offset that time in the game. Next, give out sessions for free. I put free in air quotes because I do not believe you should do anything for free. I don't care if you're new. Okay, when it's your business, don't do anything for free. Now, as far as you putting yourself out there, like doing volunteer work and having internships, that's the kind of free services I feel like you could give out, because it's not really free. You're being educated, you're being trained and taught on how to better yourself in your respective field. So when there's a mutual exchange, I think that's perfectly fine. But let's say you are a photographer. I don't feel like you should be doing free photo shoots. I think you should charge something. Or at least if you have, let's say you're a consultant and you have coaching sessions, you're not going to start off at $100 an hour because nobody knows you. But maybe start off with like a student special, $20. Maybe you can charge the general public $30 or $35, whatever you decide. And so you want to do that and have that set. If you're going to do anything, have a set low price instead of constantly marking down your regular price, because then it makes people feel like you're not worth it and you don't think that you're worth that amount of money. So for me, I know I have a special going on right now for half off of the sessions, which are typically around $75 or $80 an hour, right? So my special is going for $35. But because I never mark down my prices, people are like, okay, I'm going to hop on that because it's rare, right? And so even when you do specials like that, you want to have a reason. You don't want it to be where, oh, every time I feel like I need some money, boom, I'm just going to have a sale, because I used to be that type of individual. Especially with my skincare line, I'm like, okay, I'm about to have a sale. I need to get some money for X, Y, and Z. And yeah, that's cool. It's not that you can't do that, but you don't want that to always be your first resort. Be a better steward over your money. Get some financial literacy courses. Do whatever you have to do to put yourself in a better position so that you can be consistent when it comes to your prices, because people look at that. So educate yourself, get a mentor, make your prices reasonable. Also, to make prices reasonable, you can also do things in group settings. So sometimes I'll have sessions where I call them group coaching sessions or consulting sessions, and you'll get a group of you and your friends. I'll discount the price for a group price, and then I'm able to do a service that way. Do it that way. Maybe if you're a nail tech, okay, well, if you bring a friend with you, both of you get this amount for your service, or this amount off of your service. And so again, I'm definitely going to put some links in the description box for encouragement. But the reason why a lot of people don't feel encouraged is because they don't feel prepared. And so essentially, you need to be preparing yourself with these following tools so that you can feel secure in your ability. Once you feel secure in your ability, you will not be budging on your prices. You have to know that. You have to know your value, know your worth, and continue to speak life into yourself. Right? Because we are our biggest critics. So I need to be telling myself every day in the mirror, I am more than a conqueror. this is possible. My goals are possible. I can do this, and you can do this, okay? Reach out to me. My information is in the description box. Have a good day.